Not only is this my first ever visit at Dorney Park, this is a special day because today I am hitting 200 credits. That's right. Dorney Park is my 200th credit. And this is a family fair today. I'm lucky enough to have my brother here with me. And we got mom and dad here. We got family affairs. So mom and dad, thank you so much. You guys have always been awesome roller coaster partners. They've been taking me to coaster parks since I was a kid. So it's very fitting that they're here for my 200th coaster, and I am very lucky. It looks like there are quite a bit of kids here today with buses. All right, so we went over to the Mad Mouse. It was a mad line, so came over here to Talon. It just opened up almost 30 minutes after park open. So let's hop on our first ride on Talon. Yeah, whoever said Dorney Park doesn't get lines is lying. So, yeah. All right, just got off my first ride on Talon. That's my first ride of the day. Waited about 20 minutes there on 2 train ops. Looks like they were training a lot of employees there, so it was stacked city. I think we waited about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes on the brake run. But as far as the ride goes, I love B&M inverts. They're one of my favorite models. I was really excited to ride this one. I did keep expectations somewhat low, but I would say at least that first ride, it didn't like wow me like some of the other B&M inverts. So I think, I don't have my B&M inverts ranked officially yet, but I think it's like not as good as Raptor, and I'd put Raptor about mid-tier. So, you know, I still like Flight Deck, Great Bear, those types of ones that are a little bit smaller, but a little bit more whippy as well. This one was very, very graceful. I sat in the back row and it was a great ride. So yeah, pretty good start to the day here. I think I'm gonna head over towards Hydra since I'm here, but wow, yeah, a lot of kids here today. Very packed. Whoever said Dorney doesn't get lines is lying. They are lying. They are liars. We are here on a Tuesday in June. This is a Tuesday in June, people. All right, just got off my first ride on Hydra, the Revenge, the B&M floorless coaster. Rode it in the front row. That JoJo roll was awesome. I liked the first drop. I love the JoJo roll. The layout was cool. It did seem a little short, but if you think about it, there's quite a bit of elements that are packed in there. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'll have to see where it ranks in my floorless, but it was pretty high. It wasn't, wasn't too rickety. All right, so Chris rode it with me. What'd you think of that one?
That was good. I love the JoJo roll. That was a nice little touch at the start.
Yeah, definitely a wacky little start. It was really cool. I'd like to do that one in the back just to kind of see how that one compares in the back. But as far as right now, I think I like Hydra better than Talon, which I was not expecting. I've been looking forward to riding Talon now for almost decades. And yeah, I liked Hydra a little better, honestly, I think. So hopefully the lines died down a little bit. If not, maybe I'll get a fast pass and we'll get those rides again in the back, because I rode Talon in the back. I'd like to ride that one in the front. I rode Hydra in the front. I'd like to ride that one in the back. All right, and this is the Defunct Coaster channel, so as such, I will have to do a quick video here of Demon Drop. Whether you think it's a coaster or not, I have ridden this before at Cedar Point. It looks like it's not open right now, unfortunately. I would like to get on this and relive some nostalgia, because that's what this channel is all about. But we'll come back later, hopefully, and get on Demon Drop when it's open. All right, so Thunderhawk is sporting an hour-long line. I haven't seen a train go once. And this is about noon on a Tuesday in the summer. So we're gonna be skipping Thunderhawk for now. Hopefully the line dies down, or they add a second train, or whatever they gotta do, because 1 hour is not ideal. All right, so Thunderhawk is finally going behind me, but I don't know if you can see that, but Steel Force is stuck on the lid. So unfortunately, looks like we're gonna be skipping Steel Force as well for right now. All right, so we are coming over here to the new for 2024 Iron Menace.
Let's do this.
All right, just got on 2 back-to-back rides there on Iron Menace. One in the front row all the way to the right, one in the back row all the way to the left. Waited about 5 minutes for the first ride, and it was a walk-on for the second ride. Here are my thoughts. That first drop was almost an instant gray out. Now, usually when you gray out, at least when I gray out, it kind of fades in for a little bit and kind of fades back away. I don't know what it is, but that was almost immediate. Like hitting the end of that bottom of that drop was just like instant gray out. The rest of the ride, it was rickety, it was bumpy, it was shaky, it was really whatever you want to call it. I would personally be pissed if I was Dorney Park and this was my new coaster, because not only was it super intense, it was super rickety. Now with that being said, it's still better than Valraven and it's still better than Griffin. Those are the other 2 dive coasters that I've done. So I still rank it above those, but yeah, it wasn't the best in the park for sure. I like Hydra and I like Talon a lot better so far. Oh, and look at that Possess running. The last time I saw this coaster running was on Route 43 in Aurora, Ohio at Geauga Lake Park. I rode this opening year, Six Flags Ohio in 2000 as Superman Ultimate Escape. And then, a little fun fact here, this pipe was not there opening year. They added that. So these spikes on the front and back, where they did not have these originally, I don't know when they added those, but the spikes used to sway way more. But yeah, again, this is the Fun Coaster channel, so I do get sentimental and nostalgic for these rides, especially from Geauga Lake, because Geauga Lake was my home park. So I do have a couple Geauga Lake videos. I have a Big Dipper review. I ranked all the Geauga Lake coasters, so if that interests you, make sure to check the link in the description below. Having some mixed feelings coming up on here. Again, the nostalgia's hitting. Feeling a little sad for Geauga Lake as always, as I do. But we'll ride this in honor of Superman Ultimate Escape. So this is a similar setup to what they had at Geauga Lake, as far as you enter from this way and you come under the back spike through the queue and then back up to this side. So definitely giving those Geauga Lake vibes. Yeah, it's always weird to ride a double Geauga Lake coaster. But I also just kind of had a dumb moment. So not only is this a Geauga Lake coaster, but they painted it like Wicked Twister. So you kind of have this like double dose of like nostalgia going on here for defunct coasters. It kind of looks like Wicked Twister, obviously with a different back spike, but the color scheme looks quite a bit like Wicked Twister. All right, just came away with the ride on row 11 on Possess. Man, I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, it's it's good that they're still around, but man, really miss Geauga Lake. The ride was great. I rode in the back row. Obviously, it's better with the holding brake, but that's no longer there anymore. But yeah, those launches are still great. I mean, for it is an intimate impulse, so it is good. Love the back, and those launches are great. So not much else to say about that. Except it's just a little sad. Feeling pretty nostalgic here at the Fun Coasters anytime I ride a Geauga Lake coaster. All right, it's time for my #1 anticipated coaster here at Dorney Park. This is Steel Force. I am loving this area over here. It's giving me, Magnum, Cedar Fair, Cedar Point vibes. And here is that fabulous entrance sign. This is probably one of my favorite entrance signs / logos as a coaster. I mean, that is just incredible. Wow. And there goes Steel Force. Let's have a ride. Posted wait time is 45 minutes. So let's check this out. All right, posted time was 45 minutes. Obviously, it's like a station wait, so thank you to the coaster gods. So this is my first of the Morgan trio from Cedar Fair. I have been on Steel Phantom, so I cannot wait to ride this. Again, my #1 anticipated here at Dorney Park.
Once your train has come to a full and complete stop.
2 great back-to-back rides there on Steel Force. My first one was in the back car, the non-wheel seat in the middle, and then my second ride was in the magic seat towards the front. I actually preferred the magic seat on that one. There was some great airtime. The first hill and all those return trips really hit on that Magic seat. I mean, the back seat was also good too. I really enjoyed the back row as well. But it's probably gonna go in my top 30, definitely top 50. I don't know if it's gonna go top 30 actually, but we'll see. I mean, it's not, you know, an amazing ride, but I did love the first drop. I loved the second hill. That third hill was a little goofy going into the turnaround. The turnaround was great. I love the turnaround actually. That turnaround just beats Magnum's up. So if there's one thing that one does better than Magnum, it's the turnaround. Other than that, the return trips were great. In the Magic seat, I did have some standing floater airtime, pretty much on every hill. So, you know, it's a different type of airtime than Magnum, but it's still great. I mean, easily the top ride in the park so far, Steel Force. I really only have Thunderhawk to get here, so, and the Wild Mouse. So I think that was probably gonna be my number one in the park. So yeah, great ride on that Hyper. I pretty much love everything about it aesthetic wise, you know, kind of like that Magnum Junior feel, and just really transport you back to that time of like the 90s Cedar Fair. So great ride on Steel Force. There's a couple really pretty paths here at Dorney Park around the Thunderhawk and Steel Force area. It's really nice and shaded and really nice over here. Really great paths. All right, I'm very excited to be riding Thunderhawk on the 100th anniversary. Nice sign here. Posted wait time is about 45 minutes. So we'll check and see how this one is gonna be going here. All right, here's the line for Thunderhawk.
We are all clear. That means you're out of here. Enjoy your ride on Thunderhawk.
Had a ride on Thunderhawk. That was a coaster. That was a wooden coaster. Yeah, it was decent. I got a little bit of air. There were a couple violent parts, but I guess it adds to the character for 100 years. Yeah, because like anytime there would be, I'm like, oh, these are pretty good laterals, and it would just slam you, like not in a good way, into the side. Luckily, those trains are very padded, so that's good. But yeah, you know, it wasn't my favorite wooden coaster, but happy 100th birthday to Thunderhawk. Headed by Demon Drop once again. It is still down, so I do not think I'm going to be able to relive my Cedar Point memories today on Demon Drop, unfortunately. All right, just waited about 25 minutes for Wild Mouse, and nothing really to report on that. It's a Wild Mouse. Credit 205, all right. That wraps up my first visit ever to Dorney Park, and I do have some thoughts. I really enjoyed my time here today. I think the park is really nice. It's small, it feels cozy, there's trees. You know, it is a corporate park, but it did have some charm to it as well. I really liked some of those paths, especially over there by Steel Force and Thunderhawk. Cons here, I guess I could say. It was a busy day today on a Tuesday, so I was not expecting that. I didn't get a lot of re-rides in that I wanted to, but the rides were great. Another con here has to do with Iron Menace. Now, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. You know, I am a thuzy though, but yeah, all these other thuzies that told you that Dorney Park had a home run and all this stuff, they're lying to you. They're lying. If I was Dorney Park, I would be pissed off. Iron Menace is, well, not counting Thunderhawk, is the roughest ride in the park. It's only a couple months old. Super intense, and it just didn't ride like a new ride. Also, too, it's kind of crazy when it's a busy day like here it is today. You know, lines are 30 minutes to an hour for almost every ride, but then your brand new coaster is a walk-on all day long. You're not going to be able to sell any fast passes doing that for sure. Because I know Iron Menace is set up for the fast pass. Like, we'll see how it is, you know, on holidays and July 4th and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what B&M what happened with that. Again, it is my favorite dive coaster I've ever done. But even my mom said she's never seen so many people get off a ride because she was waiting at the exit, and she said everyone was coming off, saying they were going to throw up, saying their head hurt, saying it was mid, saying it was rough, all this stuff. That's just not great, honestly, when it's supposed to be this, you know, marquee attraction at the park. All right, Chris and Mom, do you guys have any thoughts? Quick thoughts on Dorney Park? Great.
Loved all the trees, places to sit. It was wonderful. Had
Thanks.
a great time.
Thanks for having places to sit, Dorney Park. You guys are great for that. Food was good. We did have an Iron Mill grill. We had some chicken sandwiches, pierogies, pizza. We had quite a bit of stuff, and everything tasted really good for park food. But that's going to wrap things up for Dorney Park. There were some great surprises. I had my 200th coaster day with my family. What a fantastic day at Dorney Park. I think the big surprise for me was Hydra. I was not expecting to like Hydra as much as I did. I would put that as number 2 in the park. I think for sure Steel Force is my favorite coaster, followed by Hydra, then Talon, and then they kind of fall off there. I guess Iron Menace is probably my next favorite. But yeah, again, great park, and I cannot wait to go to more Cedar Fair Park, so stay tuned. Once again, thanks for watching so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow here at Defunct Coasters for more coaster reviews and coaster videos. We'll catch you next time.